What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Pyrotoad video. Oh, where you going, buddy? Where you going? In today's video, guys, we are going to be setting up this 10-gallon tank. Now, we're going to be setting up this tank in a specific way. Maverick, are you excited to set up this 10-gallon tank? What do you no? Okay, I guess he's not excited. We are going to be setting up this tank and making it a quick and easy bioactive setup. A lot of people enjoy bioactive setups, kind of like that one right there. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is filled with luscious plants. It has a super cool background on the back as well. But I'm not gonna lie, a setup like that one right there is kind of hard to set up. There's just a lot of work that has to go into it. So instead, we're gonna be building a 10-gallon tank, quick and easy, live plants and all. Let's get to it. First things first, we are going to take this sticker off here. We try to peel this sticker off if it'll come off here. Boom, just like so. Let's take this sticker all the way off. Boom, sticker's off. We can crumble that up and throw it away. Now the ingredients you will need is going to be a 10-gallon tank, some sand, and some BioShot, which is actually optional. A hide, a water bowl, charcoal for your substrate, leaf litter for your bioactive setup, sphagnum moss also for your bioactive setup, and the main component or your main substrate. In this case scenario, I am using Repti soil. And then another thing that is kind of optional is cork. You can use this for your hide or you can use a hide. I usually say have one or the other. Depending on how much space you have, you can add more or less. But either a piece of cork or a hide, you pick, you choose. Now those are the main ingredients. There are a few other things that you will need, such as isopods and whatnot. And of course, you're gonna want a decent light for the top of your enclosure. Then on the more important side, you're gonna need some plants. We've got a bunch of different plants here that we're gonna use for today's build. Along with cork and everything, I've got some of this really gorgeous looking dragonstone, so I may use some of this in the setup as well. Okay, first things first, we're going to start with adding our substrate. Quite literally, we're going to pour in substrate into the enclosure, and then we will start to add more as we go. So this Repti soil is going to be our main component, and we need a pretty good layer for the animal that's going to be going into this enclosure. Once you've got that, kind of flatten it out just so you have an idea of how much dirt you actually have. The next thing we're going to add is our sand. You definitely want a decent amount of sand in this enclosure. Sand is really good for keeping the substrate properly aired out. Now it looks like a lot right now, but once we mix it up, it'll look better. Now we're going to add some of this BioShot here. We're just going to sprinkle a little bit. This is really good for the plants and helping everything grow in well. Then we're going to add a little bit of sphagnum moss into the enclosure also. Next, you can't forget the charcoal. Charcoal is also really good for bioactive substrate. We're going to add a good amount of that. So crumble up lots of these live oak leaves. Get them all in the enclosure here, just like so. Next, you're going to mix all of this up. Mix it up really, really good. And continue mixing it until it is all evenly distributed. Now that we've got our base substrate in the enclosure, we're actually already getting close to being done. So once you've added your substrate, once again, that is a huge step in building a bioactive setup, because the substrate is not only going to help whatever animal you put in the enclosure, but it's also going to help your plants. But now, before we get to planting and all of the fun stuff, we're going to actually start adding our hardscape. So we're going to start adding some stone, our hides, and all of that other stuff. So we've got some on here, we've got some on the bottom here, lots of springtails. We're going to go ahead and just tap it like that, boom. Just tap them all in and they will literally hop off into the enclosure. As you can see, they're going right now. You see all those little guys running around? All those little bugs are going free into their enclosure where they will start a new life. And there you have it. The setup is pretty much ready for its new inhabitant. So we're going to move it on the shelf, and I will show you what will be going into this enclosure. And wow, would you take a look at that? The camera does not do it justice. Once again, these plants are getting on my nerves because they're so droopy, but once they perk back up, they'll make the enclosure look 10 times better. looking at it from the front with the light on the front, you can also get a better view. I personally really liked how this turned out. The use of sand really helped it look good. We've got the small water bowl for the animal that will be going in here, a hide, and this animal will be able to create its own hides using, well, its back legs. So without further ado, let's walk all the way over here to our tub and grab the new inhabitant for this enclosure. Okay, sliding open this tub. The new inhabitant, you see that right there? That is a Madagascar tomato frog. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the leash out of the way here. Look at that little fellow. He is absolutely chubby. What a little chunky frog. Look at him. I absolutely love tomato frogs. And I originally had tomato frogs. I had tomato frogs quite a while ago.
Oh, there he goes. He's right there.
That's like a tomato right there. Like part of it's ripe and part of it's not ripe. Like that's what it looks like. Alrighty, y'all. Here we go. Let's add him into his setup. 3, 2, 1. Go free. There he goes. He is off into his new enclosure. Now a 10-gallon tank is sort of a starter size for a tomato frog. I typically recommend close to a 20, but as you can see, he has plenty of space as he is right now. He should do just fine in this enclosure, and then as he gets larger, we'll upgrade him. But look at that, our new tomato frog setup. That is super awesome, guys. I absolutely love tomato frogs. I think he'll do fantastic in this enclosure as well. Well, y'all, without further ado, it is time to throw y'all to a quick little montage of this new enclosure. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my lord. He just ate that isopod. Well, that's one way to continue the video. You're not supposed to eat your isopods, bro. I don't even think he feels bad about it either. I don't think he feels that bad about it. Look at him. Look at that evil tomato frog face. There is his new 10-gallon enclosure. He has tons of space to free roam. The dragonstone really helps tie it all together. I love the way the dragonstone looks. In my opinion, it is definitely one of the coolest stones you can use in an enclosure. I have one set of dragonstone over here, and then I used that piece of spiderwood right there to kind of tie it all together, so that way that piece of spiderwood would kind of connect the dragonstone over here. It's kind of a psychological thing because people look at it, and if that's not there, it seems a little bit more separated, but if it is there, it kind of ties it together. I hope that makes sense. Well, y'all, that is it for today's video. That was a quick and easy bioactive setup build / tutorial. I can do more of these videos if you guys think I should. Let me know down in the comments. Go ahead, drop a comment. Do it right now. And then after that, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure you follow my Instagram. Because, you know, the isopods that I put in this enclosure, you know, the ones that the tomato frog ate, I actually sell those guys. You can actually DM me if you are interested in purchasing isopods from me. But in all honesty, definitely hit me up on my Instagram if you are interested in purchasing anything from me. And hey, with that being said, I will see you all in the next one, guys. Peace!
Oh, there he goes.